What up? We're here for our weekly manifestation oracle message. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm exhausted. I had another busy night at work, but it was good. And I came home and watered my garden, and a bunch of my vegetables are starting to break ground. I like to plant everything from seeds. And my zinnias are sprouting, and my marigolds are sprouting, and Buster the cactus is settling in. Everything looks good. My blackberry vine is starting to get leaves, so I guess it'll become eventually a bush, but right now it's just like one stick, so super excited. Strawberries I've already harvested some, so I haven't eaten any yet, but I'm excited. All right, so let's check in for the next week to come to see what we need to do as far as where we should focus our attention and our energy. If I recall, last week was more about waiting and research, and so let's see what this week's energy, where we'll be best served. We are in the waxing energy of the Taurus new moon. So this is a good time to think about manifesting physical goals that play into your sense of beauty and security and luxury and comfort. Taurus is all about material stability and comfort and luxury and goodness. So anything that you feel an authentic desire for, you don't have any real hangups about and a lot of resistance around, you're just like, ooh, I really want that. It can come through really fast. The other night at work, me and this dude were running food to this table, and it was a meatloaf sandwich. And when we put it down, we were both just and when we walked away, I said, I feel like we're going to eat that meatloaf sandwich. It was just I was about to eat that meatloaf sandwich or something like that. And it was moments later, there was a meatloaf sandwich that got miscooked or something. For whatever reason, we had this extra meatloaf sandwich around that ended up in the back, and we got to eat it. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't eat it because I had just had ribs, so I was not hungry. But I was like, did we just manifest that sandwich? And I was like, it's because we had the genuine desire. We smelt that meatloaf and we had a genuine desire. And I always have an easy time manifesting food because I love food, so enthusiastic about it. I have an authentic desire for the food, but I don't have a lot of nervousness or anxiety or, I can let go, right? I can surrender. If it comes, great. If not, I'll live, but it usually does. And it's so funny, how that happens. So if we can apply the easygoingness and genuine desire that we would have for food without a bunch of hangups, apply that to other things, bigger things, right? Feel the desire, and it's this is a good time to use that Taurus energy, I think, to pull things into fruition. You're being helped. Yay. Okay, so we've had a lot of reassurance for the past few weeks that we've had extra angelic help, that the universe was helping us, that to ask for help and we will receive it. So I'm excited. Heaven is working behind the scenes to help you, even if you don't see the results yet. So all these things that you want, they're just like the seeds in the vegetable garden, right? You plant them and you prepare the soil and you do what you can, and then you water them. You don't overwater them, but you kind of have to just wait and just trust that there's something going on underneath the surface, even if you can't see it yet. So believe that your seeds are planted, don't overwater them, don't underwater them, just trust the process and know that things are going to be breaking soil pretty soon. Watch your thoughts. Okay, so we are in the Omer. I've talked about this in other videos, but basically what the Omer is a 7-week period that follows Passover. And so during Passover and the other holy holidays, we're exposed to these openings in the dimensions of reality where we are connected to different higher qualities of the light of the Creator that we aren't exposed to full time throughout the year. They're just too intense. they go through these different filters, but sometimes during these holy cosmic open windows that the holidays are on, we have this connection to like a higher intensity of the light and a particular quality of the light. And so we download this light, and it's like we've taken on all this energy in our little generators, and we have to ground this energy and bank it and process it so that we can actually use it in a productive way. And so basically in the spiritual realm, when we are exposed to light and blessing, we have to earn that light, or else it will create a phenomenon called bread of shame, which leads to like shame, guilt, resentment, leads to low vibrational like consciousness. So we go through a process to earn that light so that we can integrate it fully and be radiant. And so the process of integrating that light usually has to do with like going through a challenge or something to embody the change and the transformation that we were also doing on our end, right? So the Omer is 7 weeks where each dimension of the soul is tested and challenged and awakened and basically up-leveled. We're like downloading and processing the light that we just received from Passover. So the first 2 weeks are behind us, and now we're in week 3. And so each week specifically corresponds to that corresponding dimension of the soul. Week 1, week 2, and now we're on week 3. And week 3 is corresponding with the spirit or the dimension of Tiferet. This is the heart center here. This is the realm of the Christ consciousness. This is where the two sides of the two column system, the positive and the negative, come into balance. Like the opposing forces come into balance, and loving kindness and judgment and restriction and discipline can be unified. There's more to it. There's a lot more to it. But I did a short today wearing this shirt, so you can look at that and hear the basic explanation of this week. So all these weeks, we have these specific themed challenges. And so this week, we're being challenged in the realm of seeing the beauty in things and finding the beauty in things, the ups and the downs, and seeing the beauty in it all. And everything that has beauty requires wisdom, understanding, and the animating light of the radiance of the Creator. And so this week, it's about awakening that sense of beauty, of being able to be sensitive to perceive it, and to appreciate it, and even get through challenging times where things don't obviously you don't see the obvious beauty in things, you know. Sometimes we can see the irony in life and the poetry in life, you know, but to be able to perceive it as beautiful, it takes some appreciation of it, you know, and some detachment. So watch your thoughts. So part of this week was also to watch our words, to be careful not to do evil speech and to do evil tongue and watch evil eye and all of that. So same too with our thoughts. We need to watch our mindset because we are in the building manifestation energy of that new moon of Taurus. We need to basically make sure that we're thinking and feeling things that we want to manifest, because whether or not we mean to, we are manifesting right now. We're manifesting our thoughts and our feelings and our, you know, desires. And so if we don't curate that with some intention, we may not like what we are getting right now. So make sure to focus your thoughts and intentions, and don't waste this potential right now to be able to, you know, have some like I guess assistance in manifesting, so to speak. Use your thoughts constructively. So it's important to only think about what you desire, not what you fear. So we don't want to manifest calamity. So we don't need to focus on our fears. We need to focus on what we want. And you know, think about it too. When you're thinking fearful thoughts, you start feeling afraid. And so it's not just your thoughts that are projecting out what you're manifesting. It's the whatever you're feeling, that's kind of activated the magnetism. So when we focus on things that make us feel good, we're a magnet for good things and good experiences, things that create even more good feelings and good thoughts. Simplify your life, eliminate clutter from your home and work life to balance flow of activities. I feel this, and I think it's just like pretty mundane and literal. It's not esoteric in any way. It's like declutter. Every time I clean, I declutter, I organize, I feng shui, deep clean, smudge. It's like it always gets things moving and brings things through and brings manifestations through. So it's a good way to move the energy through your house. You don't want the energy to be stagnant. And I've read before that if you're like a particularly magically inclined person, a magical person, we create more dust in our atmosphere. And I think it's because of the like transmutation and the transformation that we're doing all the time. But just, deep clean, declutter, get rid of old things that you don't need and don't use and don't want. Throw things away, donate things, get rid of all that stuff. But it really gets the energy moving, and it gives you like a feeling that's like lighter too. It takes away a lot of your mental overwhelm when your environment is like super clean. It feels so good. So eliminate clutter from your home and work-life balance to flow. Eliminate clutter from your home and work life to balance the flow of activities. So much more room for activities. Okay. Last one of these. Oh, treasure chest. An unforeseen windfall of new abundance is coming to you now. I think we had this card last week, and I have had some pretty good nights at work recently, like a bunch together. So that could mean a lot of things, right? So keep your mindset abundant. You might have unforeseen windfalls. This is around if you were like me and did taxes at the last minute, you might be getting your return soon. So always be wise with what you do with an unforeseen amount of money that you don't mean or expect to get. It's like, don't just spend it. In fact, it's always good to like get it out of your possession, but get it earning interest. Like I love having, I'm not a financial advisor, but I like Robinhood. It's very user-friendly. You can get that gold option and your uninvested money earns interest, pretty good a percent. And then, you can get, put your money in like dividend paying stocks. You can open up a gold IRA, like do something good with your money. But yeah, I don't know. I try to save mine and invest it and do things with it that grow it, even if it's just a little bit. Empowerment. Woo. You're more powerful than you realize. It's safe for you to be powerful. So a lot of us shrink ourselves because we are threatening to those around us, or we feel like we are, or we've had a history of being, like abrasive for people. If you have a high vibration, usually you're like, people are not going to feel like lukewarm about you. Like you'll either be like loving it, or they'll be like you'll just be driving them up the wall. So like, just be empowered to be yourself. You're never going to be for everyone, but you can't shrink yourself, because then you're not vibrating at your true frequency. You're off your own station, and so then everything is off from there. Nothing that truly resonates with you can find you. So be comfortable in your own skin, be comfortable in your own power. Don't shrink yourself to keep from, upsetting, rocking the boat, threatening others. Just be yourself. Don't try extra. Don't be self-deprecating, just feel comfortable in your power. And also it'll help you be more decisive in taking action, and that helps start to alleviate those loops of overwhelm. You're more powerful than you realize. It's safe for you to be powerful. Okay, let's grab a couple of the hidden realms, the wisdom of the hidden realms, and then we'll be out of here. Oh, let's see. What do we have? Ooh, the map maker of destiny, authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will. So very true. It's like if we don't feel empowered to be out there and expressing our authentic voice and, do our thing, then we're not resonating in our true frequency, and then it's hard to align with our highest destiny or even our next level destiny, right? Whatever is that divine plan for us, because we're not like in resonance with it, we're in dissonance with it. So we have to have affinity with that, and we have to have affinity with the creator. So be your own self and be true to your purpose and your mission. Authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will. I do think too that just a sense of optimism and inspiration are returning. And I think that this is just a challenge, at every level we have these, the next challenges. But I think right now we're being challenged to use our free will instead of being in effect consciousness, to be in cause consciousness, and to choose to be grounded and stable and be able to set the quality of our consciousness and our feelings almost like a thermostat, and have that level of self-mastery over it, so that all of the chaos of these times isn't yanking us to and fro. No matter what's happening, it's like we can have a consistent feeling and a consistent experience within the day, right? If you can just stay present and not think about the past, not think about the future, and just be in the present, be in the day at hand. It's where your ultimate power is tapped into. It's in your presence. Okay. Ooh, the wise woman of the Wonderland. I think we had this last week, but it is integrity and compromise. So I think too, we're continuing on that theme of, so the archetypes of the crone and the maiden came up over the last couple of weeks. And I feel that kind of culminates here with the wise woman of the Wonderland, because this character is still very impish and youthful, but they also look wise and timeless and like a sage. They're like a little fairy on a toadstool. And so that's kind of what we need to be like right now. We need to have the wisdom of the sage with the playful impishness of the maiden, willing to go down, maybe an undiscovered path, lend ourselves to adventure, take some risks, do the thing that the novice does before she knows what to be afraid of, what to be wary of. But in a good way, not in an irresponsible way, not in a foolish way, but in a way where we know the rules, we've mastered the rules. And so now we know how to, if we need to break the rules with intention, we know how to do that and why we're doing it. Like in art, right? Not in, let's not take this thing off the rails, people. Let's keep it on the road. You know what I mean? So wise woman of the Wonderland is this energy is coming through that's getting excited and getting kind of daring and foolhardy about life again, in a good way, in a wise way, but just reigniting that sense of fun, not taking everything so seriously, lightening up, but also being able to accomplish and manifest more because of it. But in that too, we have to know how to be impeccable with our integrity and our authenticity, and where we need to compromise to avoid rigidity, but also where not to compromise. So where are our non-negotiables and deal breakers, and where are things that we can compromise on to be fluid, to be adaptable, but not lose the core of the essence of the thing, within that too. All right, and let's just grab one more real quick. Gaia's Garden, fruition, abundance, reaping what you sow. I love this. So I like this culmination. I like how she's got these cornucopia horns. This is not a complex message. Fruition, abundance, reaping what you sow. I just love that picture. Loves a picture. Yeah, be planting good seeds right now in the waxing Taurus new moon energy. These are like the seeds that we're planting for the entire month ahead and for the next 6 months. So the higher we can keep our consciousness, the more abundant we can keep our consciousness. We can plant seeds that are going to be fruitful for the next month, for the next 6 months. So very exciting. Very exciting, y'all. All right, well, that's all for tonight. We will be back together tomorrow evening, or you can find me midday on Instagram at Liz_Taylor_Magick when I post this blog. But tomorrow is our midweek alchemy message, and then after work, I will come home and make a video, upload it. All right, peace.